Drew McIntyre is opening up about the rumors from his WWE hiatus. So we'll see what he had to say. We'll also check out some huge topics with the Street Profits, Roman Reigns, Gunther, and more. Let's start things off with the Street Profits and what they're up to. In terms of Tag Team Championship gold and having success at that level, it's been a while since the Street Profits were at the top of the mountain. A lot of fans were wondering if the Street Profits could be headed down a route of splitting up. But reports claim that the tag team was sticking together, but could be getting a slight change to their personas as a tag team. That's been the rumor all year long, and we finally saw some confirmation of this idea a few weeks back when the Street Profits were seen meeting up with Bobby Lashley outside of the Smackdown venue, which instantly brought up suspicions that the Street Profits could be getting their character changes through this potential link-up and partnership with Bobby Lashley. Well, the Street Profits recently spoke with Adam Silverstein on Getting Over, and they addressed their recent strain of bad luck and feeling like there's a room for a demeanor change. They had this to say about their WWE status, quote, "I feel there is huge room for more of a demeanor change. The change that happens towards us, the feeling is real. Last year at SummerSlam was pretty much our last official time on the big stage to go for the tag team championships, and we didn't succeed. That loss stung. Still to this day, it's been almost a year. The more you get these opportunities and the more time you don't succeed, the more natural feeling of being upset and frustrated, which leads to a possible character change. Whatever you're possibly doing, it's not working. If the revolving situation keeps happening, the change must happen. Those losses played a lot in my head, a bunch. It's getting frustrating a little bit because you keep getting so close to something and it keeps slipping away. It's right there at your fingertips, and every time you try to do it the right way, it's not gone your way. I'm sick and tired of waiting and going through all these hoops to get to where the goal is of being the champions. You look at guys like Roman Reigns and Austin Theory, they aren't doing it the right way, but they've been successful for a very long time. In the back of your mind, you go, should I do the way they're doing? Or should I keep the righteousness and the ability and everything that has gotten us this far? You reach a plateau of doing what you're doing for a long time and things don't happen. So maybe a change has to happen. Eventually, frustrations do rise and change must happen, end quote. So, just some very insightful remarks from the Street Profits that continue to tease the potential change in their characters. And they brought up some very good points there that's hard to argue with. Here they are, trying to do the right thing and do the honorable way, and they haven't even been involved in a tag team title match in one entire year. Maybe Roman and Theory are heel champions using dirty tactics and having hostile demeanors, and that's giving them these long title reigns. So you're going to see them starting to wonder if taking the dirty heel road will lead them back to the promised land of Tag Team Championship gold. So you have the Street Profits meeting up with Bobby Lashley, and now you have these comments from them talking about how doing the right thing hasn't been getting anywhere recently. So things are definitely getting interesting there for the Street Profits. Although Bobby Lashley hasn't really confirmed any members for his new faction, he's only been seen meeting up with several superstars. A lot of fans still expect the Street Profits to be a part of Bobby's final version of his new faction because it's a perfect fit for them. They didn't have much going on before, and they could really benefit from a new demeanor change and partnership with Bobby Lashley. So that's what fans are expecting to see there. So we'll have to wait and see what other big character changes are on the way for the Street Profits. After Drew McIntyre disappeared from WWE after WrestleMania, several rumors were going around about his status, having fans wonder if we would ever see him again in a WWE ring. McIntyre ended up returning at Money in the Bank and immediately entered a big-time feud with Gunther for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Well, TMZ Sports recently caught up with Drew McIntyre, and he gave his thoughts on some of the rumors that were circulating during his time away from WWE earlier this year. Drew had this to say, quote, "It was cool getting the break. There were a lot of rumors and headlines on the internet when I was out, probably like 50 different things. It was amazing, all the stories about me out there. When you're not on TV, people talk, and There might have been some smoke to some fire with a few of them, but it was nice. People were talking about me when I wasn't there, but I did have to get some things fixed physically. Unlike injuries I've had in the past, there was no rehab involved, thank goodness. I had some time off and I was able to sit down, reassess things, think about what I wanted to achieve within the industry and as a person, and return with that mindset and come right into a huge match, and I'm very excited, end quote. So Drew McIntyre teased there that some of those rumors floating around during his hiatus had some truth to them. The biggest rumor at the time was how Drew McIntyre allegedly wasn't so happy with WWE creative and his position in the company at the time. And judging by some of his comments there in that quote, maybe that's the rumor Drew McIntyre was referencing. Despite McIntyre agreeing to the company, there's been no solid confirmation of him signing an extension with WWE. So fans are wondering if Drew McIntyre will complete his contract obligations and test free agency, or if he will sign another extension with WWE before his current deal expires. Gunther recently spoke with Sportskeeda and he opened up about Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and some of his dream matches. He had this to say about Roman Reigns, quote, "I would consider Roman as a dream opponent. I think we're two completely different wrestlers. He's obviously somebody that came up through, first of all, his family history, but then he trained in the WWE system and got brought up through that. I think he's a picture-perfect example of how WWE can take someone and turn them into an absolute superstar," end quote. Gunther then explained why he looks at Brock Lesnar as the bigger dream opponent for himself over Roman Reigns. He had this to say about Brock Lesnar, quote, "He's definitely somebody I looked up to. I always admired him for how he handles himself and his business and stuff. For me personally, I think he's my biggest obstacle at some point in my career. So if there's a chance that happens, I would love to do that, of course," end quote. So Gunther wouldn't mind a match with Roman Reigns, but his full attention is definitely on Brock Lesnar and getting that big dream match. Gunther is truly establishing himself as a top star in WWE, and this 400-plus day title reign will definitely put him in contention to face some of those other massive stars. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.